By including a new Alpha A9 Gen 6 processor and an improved WebOS 23 smart platform, the LG C3 aims to impress the market as it did with its previous version. The LG C3 was recently announced at CES 2023, giving us a few insights on what to expect. So today, we'll discuss everything we know about the LG C3 so far. Size guide and price. There was no clear data about what sizes will be offered at launch, but best guesses would be 55-inch, 65-inch, 77-inch, 83-inch, and 48-inch variations.
Hey, we've got a lot to choose from.
While the LG 42-inch C2 was a fan favorite, it is unclear whether or not this model will be available when the LG C3 is released. We anticipate its release though. Regardless, we would recommend you go with either a 55-inch or 65-inch model because the smaller models will likely be less feature-rich. For example, LG's new brightness booster tech, which we'll go into detail later in the video, might not be available in the smallest variants. But then again, the size you choose will be determined by your specific requirements, so we'll leave that to your discretion. When it comes to televisions, price is a major consideration, and the LG C3 is no exception. However, no pricing information is known at this time. But if the C2 introduction last year is any indication, the 55-inch LG C3 OLED will cost somewhere around $1,799, while the 65-inch version will set you back $2,499.
Well, gotta do what you gotta do, huh?
Release date. The LG C3's release date is also unknown, although it will likely occur in the second quarter of this year. Based on the release date of the C2 OLED in April 2022, we can expect the LG C3 to arrive around the same time this year.
Ooh, I am so excited!
The good news is that we probably won't have to wait too long to find out, as information on possible release dates is expected to emerge in the coming weeks. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and keep up with the updates we'll bring you regarding this matter. Design. Compared to its predecessor, the LG C3 OLED TV has been updated and refined in many ways, but it's safe to assume that LG's C3 OLED TV will look just as classy and modern as the C2 model. The LG C3, like other OLEDs, will have a ridiculously slim side profile thanks to its minimal bezels and high-quality metal frame. However, the back of the TV protrudes significantly to make room for inputs and outputs. Speaking of inputs and outputs, we can confirm that the LG C3 will feature 4 full-spec HDMI 2.1 ports with ALLM, one of which will be ERC compliant. We'll talk more on this later in the video. Display. LG is releasing its 6th generation AI processor, which from an imaging perspective, may provide some welcomed enhancements. Objects like faces will be more accurately identified and refined in the HDR picture thanks to the new chip's improved upscaling and dynamic tone mapping.
Now that's some good news. That's good news. Great.
Using a novel algorithm with brightness booster tech made available by the new processor, the LG C3 appears to increase brightness in a few key areas by identifying and differentiating between the foreground and background of a given image. We must say though, the LG C3 retains the same basic design as its predecessors and employs the same EVO OLED panel, so the increase in brightness is not quite discerning. Still, the self-emissive OLED panel's deep blacks and excellent contrast should give you something to look forward to. WebOS 23. There are currently no plans to provide WebOS 23 for any LG TVs other than the 2023 models. That's probably not a big deal, especially since the alterations are so subtle, but there are a few noteworthy additions. The first and arguably most intriguing is the new custom picture mode. To be specific, the LG C3 OLED, when activated, will show you a sequence of pictures and ask you to choose your favorite. All the videos you watch can be adjusted to have more or less brightness, darkness, refinement, saturation, or contrast based on your preferences. If the picture in vivid mode is too bright for your eyes, you can adjust the brightness and saturation to your liking.
Okay, now this is interesting.
Gaming. 4 HDMI 2.1 ports are available on the LG C3, one of which is EARC, Enhanced Audio Return Channel, and soundbar compatible. These high-end connections are ideal for playing games on next-gen consoles, and the screen's input lag and response time both clock in at less than 10 milliseconds. Also, the LG C3 offers a new quick media switching VR feature. This feature is currently exclusive to LG OLED TVs, though it is part of the HDMI spec. According to HDMI.org, quick media switching for movies and video uses the HDMI VR mechanism to eliminate the blackout period when an HDMI source device switches its video mode. Consequently, if you frequently go between Netflix and PS5, you should find this to be a more fluid transition. Sound quality. There hasn't been much of an improvement to the speaker system. It's still a 3.12 channel speaker with 40 watts of power. However, LG boasts that the LG C3's AI Sound Pro feature can provide virtual 9.12 surround sound. But we have our doubts.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
We anticipate that you will still need a good sound bar to get high-quality audio from this TV. That being said, the LG C2 sounded better than expected when used in its AI mode, so the LG C3 should be at the very least passable. Tell us what you think about LG's improved AI Sound Pro feature in the comments section. Will it really perform as LG is marketing it? Given the promising future of OLED TVs, you should look at the LG C3 as a valid option. We'll have to wait for more accurate information on price, specs, and features in the future to see if it's a serious contender in 2023. But if you're going to compare the C3 to the other LG models, you should know that the C3 is like a more affordable mid-range option offering the best value for money. If you're looking for other options too, Samsung's S95B might be perfect for you. You can check out our next video and find out all about it. Thanks for watching.